read the other day, you were the one that attacked the lady first, and she responded to you. Why? Since your husband of your youth has been in the morgue, all sort of widow victimization, have you been there to visit?
Níbo.
Ó yẹ kó jókòó síbẹ̀ yẹn, kó jókòó sí mọ́ṣúárì. Tó bá jẹ́ àwọn ọ̀lú mi yẹn, ní ọmọ ọ̀lú mi, ká ní ọmọ ọ̀lú mi àbí ẹbí mi ló fẹ́ wá jókòó sí mọ́ṣúárì yẹn from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. 7 days a week or 21 days a week, depending on how suspicious we were on your case. Wàá máa fi anointing ẹ̀pá ọmọ yẹn lára lójoojúmọ́ báyìí. Tó bá lọ́wọ́ ń bẹ̀, ọjọ́ méje wàá máa fi pa lára. Have you done that?
No, I can't.
They can't even bury your husband. O ti lọ party, o ń lọ club, o ń jẹ shawarma, oúnjẹ ń lọ lẹ́nu ẹ. O ṣe birthday ọmọ ọdún kan, wọn ò tí ì sin ọmọ ẹ, wọn ò tí ì sin bàbá ẹ. Allegedly ni o, torí èmi ò bá ló ní ọmọ owó ẹ. It will be my joy. It will be my joy pé Mohbad fọmọ sílẹ̀ sáyé lọ. It will be my joy. Ṣùgbọ́n mi ò gbà pé òun ló ní. Prove me wrong.
Ẹ ti gbàgbé mi.
Fletty ìdídọ́wọ́ wọn ìgbà tó bí ọmọ obìnrin tó bí yẹn, and everybody was saying pé kìnìkan bọ̀bọ̀ yẹn deny ọmọ yẹn kò rán yẹn ó ra lọ.
Supreme, you forgot what Abuebe said, and I quoted. Only ó ti jẹ́wọ́ fún mi. We were watching that. We all watch it live. One player to walk, we are deaf. Oh, look, ti jẹ́wọ́ fún mi. I wish everybody on this platform, if they have that video, the video, they can bring it out. Kò jẹ́ kó sọ̀rọ̀. That's why creator should debunk here. Ló ti jẹ́wọ́ tó lọ́mọ fún mi. Ló ti jẹ́wọ́ tó lọ́mọ. Why did she debunk
If you go and do your own DNA somewhere, go and do it.
No, but let's go debunk Abuebe now. Why did she debunk him? The three of them were talking. Oh, Abuebe, what is that guy name? The one that I seen, Ilu Mandela.
South Africa.
The guys in South Africa, yes.
Ayat.
The three of them were talking. What they saw, they said it there. That's presidential said, Tijawa Fumi Tolomo. Tijawa Fumi. If you remember, you'll write up from Samuel. That tell me okay, they said it. And I be my very low way. We love for that child to be mobile. Because ni buku pato tell shele. Te woni ko wa lo se die se bo sakaka kiri ni. Ya forget that. So only so kata. Refuse to do DNA. All of a sudden you started crying. Now you want DNA. See, that offer had to do the DNA.
Hold on, Supreme, ma. I would really want to know what you want her to do for you. Because no, seriously. Because this case is still at the coroner stage. It hasn't gone to the High Court yet. But you really, I mean, do you want to stop the investigation? Are you calling on her to stop the investigation?
No, I think she's calling on her to stop people like us from talking. So we can't present our first amendment anymore.
No,
because it's Wumi.
But you see, now, let me tell you something. You can't stop anyone from speaking. You know why? There's something called the freedom of speech. And you also, you need to remember that you have a platform where the girls there curse people's mothers, curse their fathers, and you have spoken on that platform so many times.
I have a voice and text messages are coming to
and people have record of that. So if you are talking about victimization, if you are talking about stopping some people from speaking, are you doing the same thing? Do you do the same thing? If I may use that English, do you do the same thing? What about your platform? Are they into the same thing? So you have a platform that antagonizes people that are supporting Mohbad, but you don't want but you do not want those
Ojoojúmọ́ ló
other
ń
people to
ṣípè fún
speak.
bàbá lórí Temi's platform. Títí kan bí mo ṣe ń sọ̀rọ̀ yìí.
Come on.
So it's okay. When they were going to stone Baba to death because he buried the boy, why did you still speak and say,
I mean,
did
you
you
know.
still come to his rescue? We
Yeah,
would
but if you
stone
want,
the man to death.
yeah, but you know what? If you want, so I mean, no, if you want Sanwo-Olu's wife to fight for you, that means your hands must be clean. That means this must have gone out of Corona court after the High Court, and you are not found guilty.
Even if this girl is not found guilty,
hold on,
some of us know you did it.
Supreme, hold on, ma.
For both
justice. And also, all the channels, you've been to so many channels, Sanwo-Olu's wife, she has seen you. Your story is not adding up. And I'm not accusing you of killing your husband. I'm not saying you killed mohbad. But, I mean, if people are out there fighting for your husband, know what happened to your husband, you should be championing this cause. You should be championing this cause and calling out the nurse.
No, they said she's looking for justice in her own way. The way she's looking for justice was she sued Naira Marley for her husband royalty. That is the way she's looking for justice. Oh, Lenia, you are customary marriage. In fact, let me read something to you. Egbele, I just came across it now. And this is a dispute. Kí ọkọ mi sọ fún pé ìyá Ògún máa pa ó máa ṣorí burúkú. That would be the end of the relationship. First of all, kí la fẹ́ fà the stage. Many more don't send the see me. The ones that are leaked out not too long. You were wiggling your finger. Oh, well, on the product of one night stand. Can you carry more clear, no? Ṣé wọ́n ní product of one night stand? Àbí wọ́n ní brothers and sisters tó bá sùn tó ní pé you are a child of a product of an incense near. At 2017, you have been written it on your platform how people die mysteriously. How people die mysteriously at age 17. You have been written it on your platform, on your Facebook. Today you can see somebody at age 17 when you're supposed to be doing sex exploration.
Premeditate.
Premeditate. Witness nǹkan. Ọlọ́run ló mọ tó ti fojú rí.
Yes.
Because me, mom, I'm 16, so I'm 17 years old. My joke, you can be here today, tomorrow you are gone. Life is this. At 17, grandmother, me one gone. Somebody order, but money bole nlo. Money le ma sọ̀rọ̀ mo ma ni ta ló sọ bẹ́ẹ̀ fún yín. I'm not saying 17.
17 years old, wow.
We have the proof. We have all these proofs. Àti kó gbogbo ẹ̀ jáde, àti print gbogbo ẹ̀.
Hello, wo bèrè tó yìí.
Okay, kí ni mo fẹ́ wá lẹ́ǹkan yẹn? Ẹ má sọ̀rọ̀ lọ.
Òní wà ló bèrè tó yìí láyé ẹ̀. Òní wà ló bèrè tó yìí o. Wow. Now how you arrive here? Question tó máa bè lọ́wọ́ ara ẹ̀ nìyẹn. Kọ́ ó máa lágbára jù fún ẹ.
You see, she also mentioned, you see, Wunmi, I think you are I think there's a lot of confusion going on.
You think she's confused or she's just manipulating?
You mentioned the second nurse.
Yes, she did.
And the question is, wait, Supreme, is it after mohbad was confirmed dead that you called the second nurse? Because I don't understand where the second nurse comes in. Supreme, can you explain that?
I cannot explain, no, but she can explain herself. Let me play it for you so we can hear her explanation.
Jesus Christ.
Mo ti ní Jésù lọ́rẹ́ iyebíye ń bọ̀. Me make to exchange message. Can you send me the video again?
Yeah.
When she said that it was the
My
nurse.
gosh. What is this?
Ṣé máa wọ́n ọmọ ìgbèrè yìí náà ó dẹ̀ da gbogbo ayé sí pandominium ó dẹ̀ sọ pé òun widow victimization ṣé you dey whine us ni àbí ṣeré gbogbo àwọn tó ti lose iṣẹ́ tó ti lose gbogbo nǹkan tó lose yẹn ó fi gbé náà kínní ni ohun rẹ̀ ń bì bàyí jàre ń bọ̀ ẹ jẹ́ kí n kọ́kọ́ fi fún.
His body was taken up too, and enough was reports through the night. His body was taken up too, and enough was reports through the night. And after my father-in-law, like the rest of the family came around. His friends also came around. Like we had to get another nurse to come to the house to try to find something to do to him, but nothing was done. The nurse was with us throughout. When my father-in-law came to the house, the nurse narrated everything that happened to him. He wanted to get the nurse arrested. My father-in-law said we should allow her to go.
One nurse was with them throughout the night. When they came back from the hospital, but the father-in-law came. They now call another nurse. Ocean saw bala blue bulaba bala because you know why? Dawa sent a script. Pythagoras sent another script. So she just got confused. What if I buy here?
Okay. So Supreme. So now, okay. So the question is this. Hold on, Supreme. Hold on. I think I get the gist now. Okay. So now you called a second nurse. No, first of all, it was the first nurse, and the nurse was with you all through the night. So the nurse brain did not tell her, and you.
Who muted her now?
Okay. Oh, no. It's I mean, it was the call coming in.
Okay.
The nurse brain did not inform you. Supreme, I'm going to come on because I want to say something important. I'm having a call. Just give me a second.
Okay. Go down and come back in a few. Go down and come back. Let me bring this guy up. Come up. Maybe you can share some light into it. Ó yẹ kí àlejò mi wá o, àlejò mi tó ń sá yìí. Fami Jojo gbé wa débẹ̀. Fàájà fún wọn.
Ibo mo fẹ́ gbé yín dé báyìí.
Gbé wa débẹ̀.
Ibo lẹ fẹ́ kí n gbé yín dé ọ̀nà pọ̀ oníkálukú ló máa sọ bus stop ló ti fẹ́ bọ́lẹ̀.
Ṣáà gbé wa dé bus stop tí Wùnmí ń gbé wa débẹ̀.
Yẹ́yìn mọ bus stop tó ń gbé ni.
Bus stop Fàjíyà.
Ọ̀sápá London.
Fàjíyà.
Fàdíyà bus stop.
Fàjíyà tó sọ̀rọ̀ àwọn di federal.
Okay, ẹ wọlé pẹ̀lú change yín o.
Gbé wa débẹ̀. Wọ́n kọ́ mọ̀ pé investigation ti lọ jìnnà.
Do you know one thing I just want people to pay more attention to? Like, please pay more attention to whatever Very Dark Man is saying. And you can continue to add your own clue to it because most of us might not remember or have the archive of everything that happened from the beginning. But for somebody like Very Dark Man can still refresh our memory from the way it all started. Do you understand? Because I've checked his video back to back and I've actually kind of like some things are actually making sense to me. Like they're now making sense. Because the last video I watched, and I was telling my wife here practically yesterday, see, this word Very Dark Man is using that you might be innocent, it is a trap. And I'll say this, Wunmi fell for that trap. And after the first the video Very Dark Man made, that she dare Wunmi to reply. I told my wife that Wunmi only reply video yẹn mọ́, kò ní reply very dark man mọ́. But she fell for that bait of like, you might be innocent. I just believe you might be innocent. Deep down, very dark man, he knew that Wunmi is not innocent of anything. Truth be told. Yeah, he knew, but he used that bait for her and she fell for it. But you know, my pain was like, she should have counter what very dark man said, because it's because she never replied this the very dark man. That was why very dark man came out yesterday to put more light to what we all need to know. And at this point, I just want people to continue to kind of like go back to the beginning, listen to everything, and just make your submission on it. Don't let us add sentiment or add salt and pepper to it. Somebody like me that have actually followed emotions, that have allowed emotions to rule over facts, I will never make that mistake again. Do you understand? So whatever I'm saying or I'll be speaking on right now is just going to be fact. I'm throwing my emotions or whatever inside the bin at the moment. Because I pray it should not happen to me, it should not happen to my kids, it should not happen to even my enemy. Because I always pray for my enemy. Quick on give me so otami go my bugai steez on steez. Do you understand? So I want us to kind of like throw any emotions away and face fact. And face fact. My question is this now. Kini two nurse in she? Two nurse. What second nurse yen kí ló wá ṣe? Ṣó wá wẹ̀ fún ni? Ṣó wá fún ní drip ni? Ṣé second nurse yen ṣó wá gún lábẹ́rẹ́ ẹ̀mí ni? What if the second nurse even came to come and inject another injection? Kí ni second nurse wá ṣe? If you guys could not take this guy to the hospital, he died at home. Yeah, he died at home. And according to what they said the nurse, that first nurse, followed them to the hospital, and they were even asking the nurse, Kilo Chef, what did you do to him? What did you do? And she was saying, kiniko. Okay, the first nurse. Now, the second nurse, what is the second nurse doing? Ṣàbá sọ pé mohbad ò tí kú tán, tó wá ní second nurse mi kó tó wá gun lábẹ́rẹ́ bí ó máa jí padà ní. Because you need to question these people, all of them. The second nurse in that house, kí ni second nurse yẹn kí ló wá ṣe? Kí ló wá ṣe? And question tí mo ti ń béèrè lọ́wọ́ ara mi ni pé kí ló dé tí wọn ò rí bọ̀bọ́ yìí tí wọn ṣe rí gbà sí mọ́ṣúárì? Ta ló play conspiracy àárín yẹn tí wọn ò fi lè rí gbà tí wọn ò fi gbà ní mọ́ṣúárì? And the thing is, I have listened to all her interview, and I will say this: the last interview she did, she actually went there with her lawyer so that she will not goof again, because her first interview she goofed, the second one she goofed, and she felt like, okay, ó dà pé eléyìí tí n bá tún dá lọ eléyìí mo máa yinra mi bọ̀ lẹ́sẹ̀, ló fi gbé lawyer yẹn dání. You can see if the lawyer is speaking, asáré gba ọ̀rọ̀ mọ́ lawyer lẹ́nu, my lawyer can say this, my lawyer can say kiniko, and in your face it shows you are hiding something.
Even the lawyer lied.
Even the lawyer lied.
Akingbolu lied.
So what is?
And that lawyer, ó yẹ ká report here, see NBA. I'm
Don't
telling
worry
you
about the
seriously,
lawyer.
but the case will get there. Because he even lied against Smith and Bankole too. Because this lawyer said that Baba lawyer were holding briefs for Smith and Bankole. I have the clip, and we sent it to Bankole, Barrister Bankole.
Supreme, you know what I want to say? I want to say something like, if a lawyer
And it's unethical for you to be lying.
You know, the lawyer called people seeking justice mad dogs. And I will say this to him: if that is how Falana, Olisa Agbakoba, and the rest of them, if that's how they started their career, wọn ní dé discern tí wọ́n dé yẹn, wọn ní láíláí discern.
Me tí láti lọ́yà yẹn ni ó dẹ̀ tó máa tó láyè títí ẹ̀ ń sìn.
You can't just come out and call people seeking for justice, whichever way they are seeking for justice, and you call them mad dogs.
That's calling people seeking for justice, mad dogs.
Do you understand? And Supreme, I'll say something. The mistake the lawyer made is this: those people he called mad dogs will be waiting for him at the inquest. Àwọn mad dog yẹn máa kúkú wà ní inquest. They will be there, and the only thing they will do, they will continue to beg for justice. They will continue to yell for justice. So because you are a lawyer doesn't mean you have sense now. What if you are a charge and be lawyer? But we are not buying into that. We are just I will say something, Supreme. Ṣé mọ̀ pé èèyàn méjì ni ọ̀n kì í parọ́ fún ṣá? Two people that you cannot lie to. You cannot lie to your doctor and you cannot lie to your lawyer. Do you understand? You can, if you go to your doctor, káló ti kó staphylococcus tó o bá tẹ̀lé sọ fún ìyàwó ẹ̀ ńlẹ̀ àbó lè sọ fún anybody tó o bá dọ́dọ̀ doctor wà á jẹ́wọ́, you will tell the doctor, Ọ̀gá, help me, this is what I'm going through. And if you are actually committed a crime also, you will go to your lawyer and confess your crime to your lawyer. So had Wunmi confessed the crime to her lawyer, I will believe yes, whatever, she might have confessed. And maybe not. But at this point, the public is not backing down. And the public are using their brain more. Unlike before that, they are following emotions, more narrative. Somebody will come up with different narrative.
Tap. I'm going down.
Yeah.
Tap. Come on, drop with you. Tap, please.
The public is coming for one thing, which is justice. And they are standing by it. And even somebody like me that have actually followed the narrative, that have followed different narratives, some unreasonable things that when I sat myself down, Supreme, you know, one of the things that got me most, and that narrative kind of like was when they said, I'm not supporting Baba Mohbad, I'm just saying this. When they said Baba Mohbad didn't wash or more, I was part of the people that condemned that man. No, condemn him, but I could see continue soto. But later when I started seeing the light, when I started thinking deeply, Mohbad is a fucking star. Kò lè wọ aṣọ lẹ́ẹ̀mejì. Bàbá ẹ̀ ṣì wà ń gbòòrò. Bàbá ẹ̀ ṣì ń knock iṣẹ́ tó ṣì ń knock canvas náà. Tó bá dọ́dọ̀ ọmọ ẹ̀ ṣé kò ní gbọ́ ọmọ mi wá fà fún mi shirt yẹn, fún mi ní bòjú yẹn. Give me that sunshade, I love it. Give me that wristwatch, I love it. Do you understand? But people like me, I follow that narrative of the father wearing the sun clothes, doing this, doing that. And the question I keep asking was that, ta ló gbé narrative yẹn gangan wá? Was I stupid enough to jump into that narrative? I allowed emotions. Now no more emotions. Some people thought that I don't support. I'm not supporting Wunmi. I am not. The only thing I'm supporting is Mohbad for him to get justice. If Wunmi hand is clean, let her come out and tell us her hand is clean. But for those interviews that she did, to me, zero. Whatever she did in that interview is zero. Thank you. Somebody gifted me. Thank you so much. It is zero. Whatever she did is zero. And she will continue to make, and you know what? How I wish she can continue to do more interviews. How I wish, but she will not. Because she will continue to goof. And people will continue to pick points. Now, this guy, kò tí sọ̀rọ̀ ní VDM have not even said anything about the interview at all. Thank you so much. I've not said anything about the interview at all. And by the time he goes deep into that interview, Emma don't want to me. Some things that I might not be able to, I might not even be thinking towards that direction. That is why at this point we need to come together and seek for justice. Let us forget emotions. I'm a father, I've got kids. But ṣé tíyàwó tèmi bá lù mí pa lọ́la ṣe máa ní kí ṣe máa fọwọ́ ra lórí ni. Like somebody saying somebody was sending me a message that I'm not even thinking about the future of the boy. I'm not thinking about the future of the boy. So let's say my own wife now buy me tomorrow. Now somebody will now say, no, please think about his children. No, don't do anything for the wife. Are you kidding me? Do you wish to die untimely? To that person that sent me that message, show me kò kọ̀ dédé kú lójijì. Bí a tó bá kú lójijì, kọ́ wọn family àwọn pé ìyàwó ẹ̀ ló pa, ẹ má worry, ẹ filẹ̀ torí ìyàwó ẹ̀ ló pa, ẹ má worry, ẹ ká filẹ̀, won't do anything. Because I'm kind of like, and I was like, is this person dumb? I'm not thinking about the future of the see ọmọ tí ò ní ìyá tí ò ní bàbá wọ́n gbélé ayé ṣeun rere. So let's drop emotions and let's just face the fact. We need to come together and demand for justice the right way. If they are coming up with different narratives again, let us stop it. Let's debunk every narratives. Now, to me, whatever Wunmi had said in that interview, is she lying? To me, my opinion, yes, she lied. My own opinion, and I don't want to be corrected, my own opinion, she lied. Is she covering something? Yes, she's covering something. And to the interviewers, I don't know why they cannot even ask critical questions. The second nurse, can't they ask, can the second nurse, what is the second nurse doing in that house? You called one, she says she's not around. You called one, she says she's not around. So, but what is the role of the first and the second nurse? And why would the nurse be with the body overnight? Doing what? Maybe the second nurse came to come and inject poison into the system. Who knows? Who knows? Because the body is otiku already. So another nurse can come and inject poison into the system now. Because you need to question why the second nurse is there. Second nurse, what is the second nurse doing? And the second nurse you should ask. She second nurse, did the second nurse met him alive or dead? They need to ask. But the second nurse, was he still alive? And if he don't buy before he got there, what is the second nurse doing? Kini role? Why do you have to call the second nurse? To come and do what? To come and finish the job? To come and inject him up with poison or something? Because you are now pushing another narrative. Maybe they say Kiniko is a brother that cooked the indomie, and maybe what if they see poison? Are you telling us now that the second nurse that came might have actually came with an injection to put into the system? So maybe if they want to do an autopsy, whatever, they will see poison in it. We need to ask some critical questions. We need to ask some critical questions. And we are not dumb. We are not dumb. And we are not using emotions. Kiniko. The time for emotion is dead. It has far long. Not now. If we can use 18 months on a case and we cannot solve it, and you still want us to continue to use emotions, no. We are not using emotions again. We are using our common sense now to judge. And I will say this to you. We, the public, will provide solution for the police. We, the public, we will work with the Nigerian police to get this justice. It's as easy as that. The police is ready to work with the public. And we, the public, will not back down. Together, we will get this justice. And the justice is near. It is near, very close. We are very, very close to justice. And I just want everybody to focus on one thing, justice, and stop this fight. We will continue our fight after justice. Let us continue our fight and dragging after justice. But this week, this new week, please, let's do something this new week, please. Let us work together and demand for justice. This new week, only the next week, but this new week, please, let us come to, there's inquest on Friday. Let us come together as one and demand for justice. Kí lorúkọ lawyer yẹn náà? Kí lorúkọ lawyer yìí? Kí lorúkọ ẹ̀ náà? Kabiru, Mr. Kabiru, you will see those mad dog and they will ask you for justice. Mr. Kabiru, the mad dogs will be at the inquest. They have always been at the inquest, and they will come again. They will sit down gently and they will say, Mr. Kabiru, you call us mad dog. Yes, we agree, but we want justice. You fit give us justice, Abi, no fit give us justice. That is the question they will ask you.
Pushing him to NBA is unethical.
See, the Supreme, whatever he will face, we don't need to be kind of like talking about that online. Do you understand? Whatever he said, we don't need to talk about. Oh my gbatiti, but I just want him to. I want to assure him that those mad dogs. It's going to be funny on Friday. Somebody go bring drugs here. Come and watch your justice for Mohbad. Fún ajá yẹn, ọmọ watching quest. Amani. So to prove to you that people are interested in justice. They will bring dogs. They will bring dogs.
I mean, sorry. I mean, can we look at this with a critical eyes of what this lady said? So I'm having. I don't think I understand her. I think maybe I want to set emotions aside. Sitting here, I'm thinking and I'm asking about the nurse. So now you said, according to what she said, that the first nurse was called. When the first nurse came, the first nurse was with them all through the night.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So you want to tell me that this nurse was with you all through the night? Mohbad case got worse. According to, first of all, let me take you back to what she said. You said when they asked you at Arise or wherever you went, you said the wound was minor. It was nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Police said it bled profusely. Let's put that aside. And you said you called the nurse, and the nurse was with you all night. Now, the nurse was with you all night on a minor cut. That's number one. The nurse slept in your house. For a nurse to sleep overnight, that means a case must have deteriorated. And if in fact that Mohbad's case deteriorated all through the night, and you guys kept him through the night and he died, you see that nurse? You see that nurse? Is going to be changed from manslaughter to murder. And you that allow your husband to have deteriorated all through the night to the point of, remember what the nurse said? The nurse said, Feishara's mother said, when Feishara got there, Mohbad could actually speak. So that means Mohbad couldn't take decisions for himself as of the time the nurse was there. And if that is the case, do you know what will happen? This case is going to change dramatically. Except the lawyers who are going to be cross-examining you guys do not have common sense. This case will be cut, dissected, and critically analyzed, because you said the first nurse came and slept overnight. Why did she have to sleep all night to the point of calling the second nurse? That is to tell me that Mohbad's case had deteriorated all through the night. And you have an hospital very close to where you live. I know Lekki very well. Very, very well. Very, very well. I know Lekki first 1 and 2 very well. And there are a lot of hospitals, and they have mobile hospitals in Lekki. You want to tell me that this guy deteriorated all through the night and you could not call an ambulance to take him to the hospital? And also a second nurse was called to come and do what? It deteriorated. The nurse mother said Mohbad couldn't speak on his own. He could hardly recognize the nurse. This is a serious case, I'm telling you. And the people that have propelled you to go and give interview, they've made the worst mistake of their lives. Thank you.
I'll record now. Then later we will now be looking for video to the wank.
No, they didn't do. Sorry, you think they made mistake? They never made any mistake. They did us good, and they did us a huge favor by pushing her to go for those interviews. Because if she hadn't done those interviews, some clue that we have now, we won't have them. And do you understand? Mm-hmm. And she confirming some things we know before. We might not know them. So those interviews, to us, it is a win-win. To me, it is a win-win. Do you understand? And I would have loved for her to do more interviews, but she dare not. She won't. She won't do any more interviews. So whatever she's going to be doing now is going to be right up. Because if she could not reply Very Dark Man again, you think she will go for another interview? No more stories. There is nothing she can say anything. She can't say anything again. At this point, she can't say anything. She had pushed her narratives. And to be honest with you, some people said she's gaining ground. She's not gaining ground. She is not gaining ground. If you think she's gaining ground, you are deceiving yourself. She's not gaining ground. And people are just patiently waiting. People are not dumb. People are waiting for the inquest. So if you think she's winning people with whatever she has said, she has not won anybody to her side. Because every interview she made, there was errors. Error. You can't tell me your husband is sick and you said you are cooking jollof rice. Supreme, you said something about don't celebrate almost 5 months. Someone she birthday for 5 months, ni.
Me ò gbọ́ rí o.
Someone she for 4 months, ni. And this see, you know the thing is like a lot of us never thought towards that direction. Somebody like me, when I listened to your submission today about that, I was kind of like, and I was asking my wife, like, what? Someone she 5 months, someone she birthday, someone she photo shoot for 5 months, only no 6 months, no, man she 3 months, 6 months, and
3
1
months,
year.
6 months, 1 year ni. Me ò gbọ́ 5 months rí láyé mi. I'm in my mid-50s.
No, buddy, but I need to kind of like confirm that. How true? Do you do 5 months? He said no. She married. So 3 months, she 5 months. No, she never seen anybody does 5 months. So why? And she sold that narrative to a lot of us. Somebody like me too. I believed. So those are the questions we need to ask. You can't tell me you are cooking jollof rice when your husband is going through pain. It's possible. It's not possible. It's not possible. My wife cannot be going through pain. See, Supreme, let me tell you something. My wife cannot be going through pain, and I will tell you that I'm cooking. Cooking what? And you come out to say husband of your youth. And this is marriage, like what is going Pakwabi? Okay, this is husband and wife. And I believe both husband and wife, they share pain together. They go through everything together. They go through their plans. They do everything together. If one is down, the other one is down. Do you understand? So if you will tell me now that he's going through pain and the next thing you can do is to go and cook rice, is Adura that come and cook Indomie. See, whatever she had done, she had thrown all of them under the bus. Everybody. But to them, are they going to come out and save their house? So that's their problem. If they like, they should come out. If they like, they should not come out. Problem 1 year. But I will not get justice. Forget it, will get justice. This new week is going to be sweet. I promise you. This new week is going to be sweet. A blessed week, a lovely week. A lot will happen. We'll be happy. We'll jam everything together. Our guests will come. Do you get it, Supreme? Everything will stew. So, but we're not going to get justice out. Forget it. We will get it. We will get it. How soon?
And I want to use this opportunity to speak to Spending. Spending, you are the maker in this case. And I know that you listen. And I know that you actually listen to Supreme a lot. And I'm very sure that people that know you can relate this message to you. Spending, you are, and if you think, I want to tell you something, if you think that if you lie, that you are going to get a lesser sentence, I want you to know that not until you get there before you know. I want you to know that. Not until you get to the High Court before you actually know. And I think what they are trying to do, police, I think now I'm going to call you out. What you're trying to do is to actually take Spending and Prime and Feisara to court so that you can give them a lesser sentence. Get them off the hook as quick as you can. But that's not going to work. That is not going to work. I'm talking to the DPP now. That is not going to work. You want to ship them to the court and give them a lesser sentence and squash this case. But that's not going to work. It doesn't work that way. And spending, I want to tell you right now, you better speak up. If you go to court on Friday and you go there and go and collapse again, it's on you. Okay? And all this that you are talking, and they're telling you don't speak, you better speak. Speak your truth and speak what you know. Speak your truth, because if you don't, and someone is telling you, don't worry, cover this SHIT up. But let me tell you something. At the end of the day, the charges will be changed against you. And then it will be too late for you. Thank you.
Where is the club butter? Mo tún jẹun ẹgbàá mi o.
You know, I want to say something. Hold on, please. I want to say something. See, it is it's going to be spending problem. If he likes, he should speak. If he like, he doesn't speak. And do you understand? So either he's coming out to speak or he's not coming out to speak. We the public are not interested in that. But the public is still going to stand on the true justice. Convicting spending, is it justice for us? No, it's not justice for us. Do you understand? So if they convict spending, blah, 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 it's not justice to us. And we demanding justice, I think we know the definition of the justice we are seeking for. And we will not stop, we will not back down until that justice is served. That's why I said this week is going to be a blessed week. A lot might come out this week, but let's just demand for justice and let us work together as one. No castigating, just work together as one, demand for justice. Do you understand? Because if you look at what spending is doing now, he spoke out a few days, then he went back into his hiding. That means maybe it might have been called, warned, or kind of like, okay, this is what's going to happen. This is maybe a bargain. We don't know. Do you understand? So to me and you, spending mohbad. Spending did not kill Mohbad. Let me give you this illustration now. Because to me, I think spending is stupid, is dumb. Let's say, for instance, now you have a car. I have a car. Yeah? And you called me, your car got broke down. Sammy Jojo, Supreme, do you have a mechanic? And I said, yeah, I've got a mechanic. Oh, can they send me the number? Yeah. And the mechanic now came to your house, fixed your car. But that car, the engine now got broken. And you're not telling me that I'm responsible. How am I responsible? When he got to you, did he dress as a mechanic? Yes. Did he tell you he was a mechanic? Yes. Do you understand? So if spending is falling for what he knows nothing about, when, okay, spending gave out the nurse number, yes. Is she a nurse? Yes. Yes. Do you understand? So can you convict me for somebody that pretended to me as he was a nurse? Do I have anything to identify, to know if she's a nurse or she was not a nurse?
The wife of the deceased was in the kitchen cooking. Why? Woman said they are
Supreme, hold on. Supreme, hold on, please. I just want to push this this word of spending. Now, for me, do you think if I'm spending, I will fall for all these things?
No.
Nurse to treat me, so but to do yin seko pe nurse lohun ni.
Oh.
But to do yin seko pe nurse lohun se ko ka bere wa se ko ri pe nurse ni. So how will you convict me? Báwo lẹ ṣe máa dájọ́ ti tèmi?
Wọ́n convict spending, wọ́n fi wù mí sílẹ̀. Gbọ́dọ̀ ti ń ṣe irú ẹ̀. Òun kọ́ ló ṣílẹ̀kùn fún yàrá ẹ̀kan náà ti lọ treat ẹ̀. Ṣé òun ò rí pé kò ṣe jókòó tẹni tó wá treat ọkọ ẹ̀? Ó lọ ń dáná òṣì, iná òfò.
So you now want to tell me that because I said kiniko, so me I will now fall for it. Well, just spend, maybe I don't know. Maybe
Yeah,
spending have a good lawyer or something.
I think, you know, I think spending might be found guilty in this sense, okay? Because I want us to look at, if you see this,
Happy Sunday, old church.
yeah. I mean, you know, if you look at this, hold on. I mean, according to what the deceased wife said, she said that the nurse spending cord, right, was the one that came and injected her husband. Remember what she said? According to Arise, please let's be very critical here as we analyze this. She said that I think Arise, or I don't know where she said. She said the nurse came that she's not sure. Listen, if the nurse was sent to come and inject her husband, let's hold that. Do you see what she's doing here? She has taken a rope, she has tied spending, she has tied the nurse, she has clipped them with a murder case right there. You see that? What she's saying right now is that let's not look at manslaughter here.
But wait,
Okay.
though. I understand what you are saying, which you are correct. But if she was not busy cooking fried rice for a 5-month-old party, she probably would have witnessed everything. This is what I was trying to say. She knew that Mohbad's life was in danger and a lot of people are after his life, right?
Another thing,
Then why did she
Supreme.
allow
She said
a
something.
stranger
If you
to
forget,
Yeah.
don't
left
forget.
a vulnerable man in the hand of a complete stranger?
Okay, but listen now. Listen.
Hold on.
Now,
You know,
hold
she said
on.
something.
And Sammy,
I just want
please
to put
give me
this.
a
I'll let you
second.
speak. I want to add this to
Okay.
it. She
Okay,
said
go
he
ahead.
was okay. He was okay. She made mention that he was okay. He was okay.
And
Now,
and
if
the
he was
court was
okay,
minor. Had that some
and the
judging.
court was minor. Yeah, that's, I want you to speak on
But
that.
which night was a nurse with them all through the night?
So Supreme, another thing we need to look at in another critical way is that, listen to what she said. She said that my husband was fine, nothing was wrong with him. So she has already given us this scene that nothing was wrong with Mohbad. Mohbad was fine. Mohbad was okay. Then
They had to call 2 nurses.
and they had to call 2 nurses. So now, this is where they are going to clip this case, okay? This case will be clipped. So now, if you said that, you said, according to our word, that nothing was wrong with Mohbad, Mohbad was fine, Mohbad was okay. At what point in time did you call the nurse? Remember also, listen to what Spending said. Spending said, I think it was Spending of one of the boys, said that they saw Mohbad in the morning. And Mohbad said, are you going to be looking at my hand like this? Hold on. I'm gonna tie this together. Someone, you already called one nurse, and he now went again to his friend and he said, are you going to be looking at me like this? And you called the second nurse again. So that is to tell me that if Mohbad should go to spend there or wherever he went to and he said, are you going to be looking at me like this? Why did you have to call the nurse? That is to tell me that Mohbad was okay. There was nothing wrong with him. To have climbed down the stairs to tell his friend, are you going to be looking at me like this? Madam, please let it make sense to us. You call the second nurse. For you to call a second nurse, if you're in the health field, you know that it's a very die case. It's you know, it's like a critical case. At that point in time, you could not think. And we also heard from the nurse mother that the nurse said when she saw Mohbad was at almost a vegetable state. Right? And you also pour water on his head.
No, she said Adura.
She said, okay, Adura is the one that does everything. Pour water on his head. Adura was the one that cooked noodles. Okay, all right. It makes sense.
It's always somebody else, not Wumi. Omuale. According to Karimo said, ìyá Wumi àti bàbá Wumi tẹ̀gbọ́n-tàbúrò ni wọ́n, family ni wọ́n. Go ahead. Who is next? Mr. Andy, can you talk? Can you unmute? Miss Love Me More. Joy Fit, Joy Fit, your Abi.
Hello, ma. Good evening, ma. Good evening,
Good
everybody.
evening. Good evening, ma.
Yeah. My own submission is this. I don't know if it is you that were saying something, and you said somebody said they went to check mohbad, that he wasn't having any cuts, there was nothing on his body. But there is one picture that they showed him. He was on the couch, and there is a particular, I don't know, on his forehead or whatever, at the back of his head. It's like they scraped the place. Why was that place scraped?
Yeah, we
If he
have
doesn't
the
have
video. Because when they showed the head, the autopsy they showed did not show anything that had to do with the head, which we wondered why that was so. Because we think maybe that was the impact. I don't know. There's been so many speculations until we tell us the truth.
I know, yes, ma. I know somebody said Baba Mohbad sent somebody there, and they said he doesn't have a wound. That guy may have a wound, and they lied to Baba Mohbad that he doesn't have a wound. So I don't know if it is possible for somebody else to go and.
Supreme, I'm sorry. I think these are all innuendos. These are all innuendos, and we're not going to play into that. So this is gonna by the time the doctor speaks on on a mohbad case, on mohbad's toxicology and mohbad's autopsy, that is when we will be able to know if mohbad have marks on his body. These are all innuendos of marks and a knife cut and that. And when we bring this this narrative, it makes this case quack, and we don't want a quack case. So we need to look at it in a in a systematic way. We need to analyze it in a very diplomatic way, because we weren't there, and we don't know what happened to mohbad, and but we just have to wait and see what what the doctor is going to say when they go to the coroner. But I want to say that everything that this lady has said so far, in regards to what happened to mohbad, I'm so sorry to say that it doesn't really add up, and it's not making sense to me. So, and for you to have called two nurses, it makes me believe that mohbad's case was at a critical, level. It has gone from a stage level, from a level 1 to a level 3, and that's critical. Because I see no reason why you have to call a second nurse to come into the house.
Could it even be that the second
so I see no reason why you have to call
nurse came to embalm him?
Yeah, you see, exactly. I'm not gonna go by, I'm not gonna go by innuendos. I don't really know, but I'm going by what she said, and I'm going to analyze according to what she said. So for you to have called a second nurse, to come to the house, and that is to tell me that mohbad has gone from a level 1 to a level 3, which is a critical case. So and it doesn't make sense to me. And as of that time, mohbad couldn't have made some decisions by himself. Why didn't you take mohbad to the hospital? Why do you have to call a second nurse when this guy was at a critical level? It doesn't make sense to me. It's not hard enough.
Go. All I know is nobody must get justice, and all these lies, if it could for me. For me headache. Because we cannot even tie the knots together anymore. These lies are just way too much. Joyful. How do you say your name? Joyful. Joy and Ify.
Those are my two names. My name is Joy and Ifeanyi, so I linked both of them. Joy Ify.
Joy Ify.
So that is
Joy
Ify. Yes, ma. Thank you, ma.
So go ahead with your submission and let's see.
Supreme, please, ma.
So if it is possible, I don't know.
Hold on, Miss Joyfy. I'm sorry, Supreme. What they failed to ask her at her rise or where she went is, at what point in time did you call your father-in-law? For you to have called a second nurse.
They didn't ask her any question.
No,
they
I
didn't
don't
ask
say
any question at all. They just listened to her.
Oh my
because
God.
I believe they think if they ask her question, it should be deemed as widow's victimization. So they did not ask her any question.
So for for you to have called a second nurse, why didn't you call your father-in-law and tell your father-in-law what this is what is going on with it?
Sister
I'm
Dedoyin,
sorry, I just want to be quiet on
I
this.
believe, Wumi's interview were staged or planned. That's my belief. I might be wrong. I'm sure she was pushed out to say something, and they have already told her what to say, and they have already told those people that were going to interview her the areas and what to ask her. That's my belief. I might be wrong. Because if not, they should be able to ask her critical questions that they weren't asking. So that's my belief. I believe that those things she did were staged. That's my belief. Maybe somebody that knows them in those places she went for interview staged it, and she went there and performed all those magic she did. That's the way I see it.
See what
Good
that had just
afternoon.
done for her? You see, this
Good
case would have been
afternoon.
good, right? This case would have been easy if she has just um maybe just kept quiet and just wait.
When Mohbad is at work, that's why she will keep talking. She will keep making errors. The errors that will
Because
take
this is
this.
a big, I'm telling you,
But
all this interview is big. It's just big.
Mohbad has already told her that if this is how you people have been doing it before, that his own is going to be the last person and she will suffer for it. The guy said it before he died.
Oh
I
yeah,
think
she's
I
really
applaud her.
talking.
I like the fact that, she spoke up. But I think, whoever is managing
Um,
her should have done a better. I mean, this is too, the stories, all the stories, all the, the analysis she has given on Mohbad's death does not really match up. This is different, really different things.
I think what happened is that the people she went to at first, I'm not sure she told them the truth of what happened.
Okay.
Maybe those people, after they've, it's just like you fighting for me now. I didn't tell you the truth. Then later you try to, but you have done so much with me, so you can't go back. That's the way I
afternoon,
see it.
afternoon.
There is a
Good
way.
afternoon, Mr.
There was one
Andy.
video. There was one what's it called? A voice note I had. I don't know who played it. That Temi was saying exactly what happened. Baba yẹn ò mọ kankan pẹ́ o. Mohbad ti kú kí baba yẹn tó débẹ̀ wọ́n mọ nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀. Ìyá ẹ̀ gan wà ńbẹ̀, wọ́n ní ìyá ẹ̀ wà ńbẹ̀ ńgbà tó kú. She said it. It was a voice note. I don't know if you people had it.
No, I
Wọ́n ní
don't.
bàbá yẹn ò mọ kankan pẹ́, but because pé bàbá yẹn tó èèyàn tó jẹ́ ni wọ́n ṣe. She was, that Temi was talking to somebody. It was like that person video. Owó dẹ̀ pé nìyẹn wá record ẹ̀.
Can I say something?
It's not Temi, Tolani. Yeah.
Yes, it's Tolani. Sorry, it's Tolani. I'm sorry, it's Tolani. She was, that video was out one time. Video yẹn. She was telling that person pé bàbá yẹn ò mọ kankan pẹ́ o. Ọmọ ẹ̀ ti kú kó tó débẹ̀. Eléyìí tó ń sọ pé ó gbọ́ ọmọ lọ sí irọ́ ni ọmọ yẹn ti kú kó tó débẹ̀. Nígbà tí wọ́n fún ní, when they didn't give the man a doctor's report, mortuary. The Temi said it. So when I heard it, I was like, why is she now supporting Wunmi? So then,
She's no longer supporting Wunmi. Don't worry. She's no longer supporting Wunmi. Hey, Uncle Andy, continue.
Kò sí ìtọ́kàn wọn, ẹ̀yẹn ò kàn wọn. So he was not telling the man pé kó má support anybody mọ́, kó kàn máa analyze nǹkan táwọn èèyàn sọ. You should not support anybody anymore. Pé nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ nìyẹn, but kò sí ìtọ́kàn wọn. Wùnmí ti wá bá wọn, kò sí nǹkan táwọn lè ṣe sí.
Good afternoon, good morning.
So to me, maybe she didn't tell them the truth initially. But maybe somehow Shawan you want more talk.
I feel hold on. Let me talk. You keep interjecting and I don't know if it's your network. Yeah.
Thank you, please. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Supreme. Good afternoon. Good morning, everybody. I just want to contribute to what you've said all. We need to remind ourselves. The way I'm seeing the case of Mohbad, the way they're playing, I think it was planned. Why did I think so? Why did I think so? And I'm going to tell you my own reason. Maybe you can raise me. Now, after Mohbad was playing, series of weeks, days, I believe that the blood of mohbad that have touched the ground keep pushing them one by one out. I want
Amen.
to come in from where Iyabo Ojo came out some times ago, and the internet does not forget. The internet always have record where Iyabo Ojo came out that regarding to the fight between her and Naira Marley, when she introduced one of adopted son or daughter to Naira Marley regarding to music industry. Now, the point that I want to derive out there, we should not be deceived. Iyabo Ojo, Shakoperi is a godmother of Wumi. Wumi used to live with her before Wumi finally moved to the Malian house. When all these things happen, I believe 99.9% Wumi told Shepeteri everything that happens to Mohbad. You understand me? And now, the reason I said this work was planned, despite the fact that Wumi told Yabo, but Shepeteri came out with another story. You understand me? By putting everything on Naira Marley. Then, you shouldn't forget that fateful week, all the old world swung to Naira Marley. And I did mean that we saw Naira Marley then. This time around, Naira Marley is gone. But what happened? After a series of weeks, months, years, the truth keeps coming out. That you see, when it comes to the issue of paying Mohbad, Naira Marley are not in there. Let's put that one aside. Now, Wumi, she's coming up with second nurse. And I have asked this question at the beginning of this Justice for Mohbad. Wumi now made mention of second nurse. Now, the first nurse that used to treat Mohbad when he was alive is Nurse Fumi. And the question is this: do they call Nurse Fumi at the beginning of this crying Mohbad? If truly they call Nurse Fumi, when she came, what does Nurse Fumi told them? That no, I don't want to be in part of this. She left. But what they are claiming, according to Wumi, was that Nurse Fumi, who happens to be the original nurse for Mohbad, was not available. Could you be that Nurse Fumi, she don't want to be part of their scripts? And if truly they call Nurse Fumi and she's not part of it, that means we are talking of 3 nurses now that they contacted. You understand me? Because she made mention of 2 nurses now. Because according to her, through the interview, she made mention of 2 nurses, and Nurse Fumi was not included. But when you look at the beginning of this case, we've been asked that, do they call Nurse Fumi? They said, yes, they called Nurse Fumi, but she's not available. That is the reason they call Nurse Fiyi Shara Okedengbe, who happens to be Akutonu, according to their story. And the question we need to ask ourselves is this: if Mohbad bleed, according to the Lagos State Police, all the way from Sunday, Mohbad bleed profusely, are they waiting on Sunday early hour in the morning, on Monday, on Tuesday before the nurse arrive around 1:32? Okay, now, if Wumi claiming again that Mohbad died at the hospital, Mohbad, who is seriously ill, bleed profusely, because if he bleed profusely, that means the guy is weak. Now, the question is this: why are you now rushing him on Tuesday afternoon to hospital, there is a lot of lies in Wunmi and his people regarding to the death of Mohbad. But one thing I love in this justice of Mohbad is that the public are not backing down. I love that. And I believe that if we continue, you understand me? If truly there's mighty people behind the killing of Mohbad or backing Wunmi, you understand? The justice will surely be prevailed. And to be honest, if truly they are backing her rather, it's not Wunmi, that means there's more to Mohbad Pine. You understand? And if you listen to
Andy.
Wunmi,
Can I come
hold
in
on,
there?
please. I don't want to lose my line of thought, please.
Okay.
Sorry, my sister, if you look your topic, victimization, we should go and check where Wunmi went to club, when Wunmi went to birthday along with Sam Larry.
We have played it now. That's what I'm saying, that Wunmi is the one victimizing us.
Correct.
She does not fit any.
And hold on, Supreme, another thing is coming to my mind. What is the reason why Wunmi always avoid to mention the name Sam Larry?
No, Wunmi does not mention the name Samilari.
She doesn't.
Never. Doesn't. They even asked her at the inquest when she never. Wunmi ò lè dárúkọ Samilari.
Hold on. We shouldn't forget. Less than 24 hours, Sam Larry said, "Want to be seen, all stations settled." You understand me? All stations settled.
Less than 6 hours, not 24.
Thank you. All stations settled, want to be seen. And according to them, Sam Larry was not in the country. Who phoned Sam Larry? You understand me? Now.
Because you don't, it's not my business, I beg. No, it's not, I go speak, eh? Don't tell me you're hungry, go, get out.
Can you mute those people, please, Supreme? Or you drop them?
Andy.
Hold on, I will give you chance now, my sister.
I'm trying to.
Can you drop them? Thank you. Now, I'm going to round up now. Now, when we go by the third person on that 3 seconds video or 10 minutes video, now, according to Zomo, we've heard from Zomo, we've heard from Wunmi, we've heard from Yomi Fabi that Adura wrote a statement. That is where Yomi Fabi knew the third person in that video. Now, what I want us to do is this. The conversation where where Sam Larry said, "Want to be in all stations settled." Can we link that voice of that person with the voice of the person on that 3 seconds video? I think we need to work on that to check those voices together. You understand me? And let me just, I think she's on call now. You see, we will continue.
Andy.
Okay, Adedoyin, come back. Okay.
Yes. Go. Now, you see, This is, I hope the Lego teams are listening. I'm going to go back to Sam Larry. We were told that Sam Larry traveled to Kenya, right? There is something that the legal team can do to get information about his traveling. And I'm not going to say it online. Sanshitu can do that. They need to do that as soon as possible before this case goes to trial. There is something they can do to get information about his traveling. Then there's something they can also do to get information about spendings being in Kenya. And whoever traveled from the US to Nigeria, there is something they can do in regards to that. Sanshitu can do that now. If this guy tells us or is saying that he was in Kenya when mohbad died, well, they need to actually collaborate that to make sure whatever he's saying is true. Okay? And I also want to veer back to Spendy. Spendy said mohbad brought him from Kenya. And it's part of the immunization or whatever the name is. We need to fact check that. And they can actually, because this is a criminal case, they don't need permission from these individuals to be able to get that information. They don't need any what's it called? They don't need go ahead.
Consent.
Yes, consent. Thank you, Supreme. They don't need anyone's consent to get that. They don't need a consent to be able to get that information. They can get it right now and fact check it to make sure this guy was in Kenya when mohbad died. They can do that now. Thank you.
Oh, Jesus, have mercy, Lord. Anyway, everybody have spoken well. Wumi, you are the one that is victimizing the public. I have a screenshot of you where I blocked you. I already screenshotted that, where I blocked you. That means you came to my platform to victimize me. I have a voice note of you. I have your comments on Temi's Tatafo's platform. How you people are trying to gag, to silence everybody that is fighting for justice. How the recent one is your lawyer Kabiru saying they are dogs, calling people trying to seek for justice dogs. You see, that was very unethical of him to talk like that. He's supposed to be a convener of the law, someone that upholds the law, yet saying people seeking for justice are dogs. You know, maybe I'm going to have to add that to an archive of things that Kabiru, and this is the Lent period for the Muslims too. The last time I did a show, when I said that Kabiru is from Ikeja branch chamber, where Oman fee go nothing jambe. Temi responded and said, yeah, ọ̀rọ̀ kan fọ́gò mọ́ ẹlòmíì lórí nǹkan tó gbà nìyẹn. Violence, terrorists, cultists. Now you are all crying. Yomi wrote a petition and called you cultists. Aren't you guys cultists? 24/7 wọn ní kúrò lórí fóònù. You said widows victimization. Give me an example of a widowed. Kani ìlú mi ló ti wá, aráàlú mi ló fẹ́. 21 days, o máa lọ sí mortuary.